It's time for the re-education of Karl Pilkington. This week Karl was studying the life and times of Winston Churchill. What do you make of it, Karl? What did Churchill do for you?
Well, last week I made a bit of an error with Hitler.
Yeah, you
tried to remember too much, and it was way too much for me.
Sure.
So what I've done this week, sort of flicked through, got a few of the basic facts.
Yeah.
And what I've learned, right? Bit weird the way all these people have something in common, that they're all a bit weird when they're younger.
Okay.
They've got some sort of illness.
Go on.
Well, you know, Rasputin, he wasn't well as a kid.
Yeah.
Che Guevara.
Oh, this is Rasputin, the mad monk, wasn't well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Che Guevara.
Yeah.
Asthma, really bad asthma.
Mm.
Hitler, he was
only
a bit mental.
Yeah. Only one. His mother.
He was a bit mental. That could be libelous.
Yeah.
And who've we done? And Churchill.
Yeah.
Very weak child.
Was he?
He only spoke to his dad 4 times in his whole lifetime.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't get on with his dad.
Right.
And I think one of the times when his dad spoke to him, he was having a go, saying he didn't do as well in the army as he wanted him to.
Right.
So that's pretty sad bit I picked up of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that spurred him on, anyway.
Yeah. I'm not going in all the ins and outs. Very important bloke.
Okay.
No, seriously. I mean, your dad bought the tapes, didn't he?
Yes.
And I can understand why. Because he did change a lot for us. Do you know what I mean? We wouldn't be sat here now talking like this.
Why?
We could have been German.
Yep.
He didn't let that happen.
No.
Everyone had a go at him, right? When like I think it was Chamberlain who was in power, and he was like saying, "Don't be trusting that Hitler."
Yeah.
You know, and everyone was like, "Look, stop causing trouble." Chamberlain sorted it out. You know, he sorted out a peace agreement.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I don't trust him." And everyone's like, "Oh, you know, you're just causing trouble." You know, everyone else is happy. Then it turned out that Hitler did actually do the dirty.
Yeah.
And try and come over.
I remember didn't he do something? He started a war or
so
something.
There was a conflict of some kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started a problem, and everyone went, "Hang on a minute, that Churchill knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him back in charge."
Sure.
And they got him in, and Hitler was scared of him because he knew that he wasn't going to be having any lies or anything. He couldn't try it on with Churchill.
Yeah.
And,
Especially when he was a little bit pissed up and coked and with a big cigar. Churchill.
He wasn't he wasn't doing that.
I think a lot were during the war, in the war cabinet. I think they had to have things to keep him awake all night and stuff, and he certainly liked a brandy.
Rick, Winston Churchill was coked up, was he? I mean, sorry, this is something I wasn't aware of.
If there are any historians listening, if I'm wrong, I'm
Was that
very
in the
sorry.
World at War?
No, I don't
Winston
think
Churchill
so.
was
Any historians or experts on war did Churchill and not some of the other people during I think the First and Second World War take a little bit of cocaine?
So when it said that
Doctors certainly used to.
Hitler liked cakes, would they be like the funny sort of cakes?
No, he probably did like a little bit of Madeira cake.
Right.
Yeah, there was probably nothing like that. Sorry, carry on.
So anyway,
he beat the Bosch.
Yeah, did all that.
Oh, that's steady on. His personal life's nothing to do with it.
And the most amazing bit is, right, he wasn't fit, and he had a couple of
Well,
strokes.
he's a good-looking bloke in many ways.
No, he had a couple of strokes, but he had a stroke on, say...
We've had that. He beat the Bosch. He likes to have a couple of strokes.
Yeah.
Let's not get into innuendo, Karl. It's stupid.
Right, say he had like a stroke on a Tuesday. He was up and fighting again on a Wednesday.
Really?
He was a strong bloke.
Yeah.
And then he died at about the age of 86 or something.
He's a good lad, wasn't he?
He was really good.
Yeah.
Is he the one you favour most of all?
I'd say out of all, I mean, Rasputin, I don't understand why he got, like I said, I don't know why they made a book on him.
No.
He just didn't deserve it.
No.
Che Guevara, you know, he had his time, I suppose, and did a bit good for certain people.
Sure.
Sorted Cuba out.
Yeah.
Doesn't really affect me.
No.
Hitler, I mean, enough said.
Yeah.
Bad bloke. Churchill sorted it all out.
Yeah.
And like I
So
said,
your favourite out of the four of them, the of all those four, is Churchill.
yeah. I think he's
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I agree. I agree with you, I think.
What I love with your kind of sort of summary of these people's incredible lives is the way that it's almost like, I remember in Lookin magazine, I don't remember Lookin, it was the Junior
Yeah, I
TV
remember
Times.
Lookin'.
They used to have half a page which was a comic strip summarising someone's life. You might have, say, 5 Star, the story of 5 Star.
Yeah.
And he'd have a picture. I always remember the Roger Moore one
Yeah.
was a picture of like Roger's parents. It was like Roger Moore was born in 1930, picture of Roger's parents, Roger Roger grew up during the war. Picture of Roger running down the street, right, just as a school kid, with a Spitfire coming behind him like it was going to try and shoot him.
Mr. Schmidt, surely.
Exactly, Mr. Schmidt, yeah. Roger took up acting. Picture of Roger, like, acting.
Yeah.
Roger became James Bond. Roger's now a popular, you know, star in his own right, and does a lot of work for charity. Brilliant. It summed up the whole thing in kind of
I think they used to have that in one of the TV Times or the Sun. I remember sort of when it was Tina Turner. What's it? Born Sarah May Bullock. Then it was Nutbush City Limits. Stop hitting me, Ike. And then you're simply the best, and that was it.
Exactly. That's very much what the how your summary of great events is.
But I'd say if you didn't know about Churchill, you've learnt a bit today. So
can people call in to all these fellas taking cocaine? I think I'm right. It's 08700 800 1234.
Yeah.
Give us a call, XFM 104.9.
Did Winston Churchill and various other dignitaries take coke during the war?
During the war, saying up for the war effort, but the emergency summits and meetings. I think it was. I think it's been documented. I could be wrong, and let me tell you now, it's not happening today. Wow.
Pete, you're on there.
He's there, isn't he, to save me for Nancy. XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl. I'm getting excited now because we've had loads of calls and emails, not only backing me up but going a little bit further. Apparently, Johnny Mango called in again. He's become our sort of official researcher on this show. There is evidence that Queen Victoria in Balmoral, with a young house guest, Winston Churchill, used to consume cocaine-filled lozenges. So, there you go. Also, MDMA was a precursor of sort of ecstasy, a derivative, and that was big in the day, giving soldiers, you know, a little pick-me-up. So, it's not so mad, is it?
It sort of makes sense, because he was into his speeches and that, and they say that coke gives you sort of... you know, the balls to stand up and say, like...
Not that that's a good thing. And
no, it's not.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
Right? But it apparently it makes you confident, doesn't it? So you can stand up and say, you know, we're going to fight them on the beaches.
Yeah.
And all that, and sound like you mean it.
Exactly, yeah. When he was sort of like, you know, a little bit pissed up with his cigar on, coked off his tits, he wanted to fight. He didn't care where it was. He'd fight on a beach. He didn't care. He didn't care if he got sand in his new trainers.
Exactly. He was boozed up.
Yeah. You want to fight? yeah. That's why he was coming hard.
He was very much. You got to think of him as the Liam Gallagher of his day.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Bad.
Are we allowed to talk about this? I mean, I don't mean in terms of referencing drugs, but are we allowed to, is this, like, libelous to Winston Churchill?
One, you can't libel the dead.
Yeah, but
two, it's
is that only in America?
I'm asking, and we're not saying, you know. Two, I think you've probably going to also have a fair comment. Three, we say we were joking.
Yeah.
4, it's a satire.
Yeah. 5, we love him.
5, we're not condoning drugs in any way.
6, this is Dermot O'Leary's show.
I didn't have a go at him anyway. I said he's alright. If there's any law against Rasputin, we might be in trouble.
Law against
Rasputin.
You did willfully Raspute.
Yeah.
All over the airwaves.
You did slag off Russia's greatest love machine.
yeah. You didn't shoot him till he was dead, did you? Oh, put some poison into his
I'll tell you this,
wine.
if there's any other historical questions that people want answered, then we're the men, because really, with the three of us, our knowledge of the fact that the Hindenburg was filled with helium, the kind of coke habits and various drug habits of Britain's most famous political leader, we've got the answers to all